5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yeah, what up, people? What's going on? It's the Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Miles is popping, yo.
What's up, man? Chilling, man. Just chilling, man. Keeping it going, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. You got to. That's all you could do in this life, man, for real, because, you know.
Just keep it going. I'm in the cut, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about mistakes that men make while dating women. You understand? Like, some of the things you shouldn't do. You feel me? Because there's certain things that you do, and if you didn't do it, you know, things will probably go a little bit better. So we're just going to give you a couple of those today. You feel me? But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about some new stuff, and then we're gonna get into this. All right, you're listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's going on? What's popping? This is the Bad Boy Radio Show, people. You feel me? So listen, is this a couple of things going on in the news that we got to get to, because it's been crazy out here. You feel me? It's been real crazy out here. You know. So the first thing we got to talk about.
It's getting crazy out here. The closer Trump gets to the presidency, is the crazier it gets out here. Seriously.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane. So the first thing we got to talk about, though, because this shit's been going on in the news and it's pissed me off. This dude, D'Angelo Russell, and Nick Young. You know, there's a situation where they both play for the Lakers, I think, or something like that. And so D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young was chilling, you know, having a conversation. You know, just talking back and forth. And so, you know, Nick Young was basically, and for those who don't know, Nick Young, I think is he engaged to Iggy Azalea or something, or that's his girl or whatever it is anyway.
That's his girl, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if they're engaged.
Right. So this dude, D'Angelo Russell, fucking records the conversation they're having, and, you know, it supposedly leaked out. You feel what I'm saying?
Did you say that they both play for the Lakers?
I think so, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think they both play for the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
So the conversation leaked out. So basically, they was both talking, and they were talking about, you know, Nick Young was talking about, I guess, smashing other chicks, you know, having sex with other girls. This fool, D'Angelo Russell, taped it, and then it got out to the media. You feel what I'm saying? And the funny part is that, you know, while they were talking, right? D'Angelo Russell says in the video, he's like, "Oh, I'm glad that my camera caught all that stuff you were saying," right? So then Nick Young looked at him and he was like, "What?" And then the camera just cuts off at that point. So he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? So they've been doing press conferences and shit, and this dude D'Angelo Russell, he's like, "Oh, you know, I don't know how it got out. It wasn't supposed to get out, and I feel bad, and blah blah blah, and all this other stuff." And I'm like, what the fuck were you taping that in the first place? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what were you doing taping the conversation you was having with your homeboy? Like, what is that? I don't get that shit.
Yo, you remember in The Matrix when they said that agents are everyone and they are no one?
Right, exactly.
Like, you never know who the fuck. Like, for real, nigga. Like, you wouldn't think. Like, you play sports, you know.
Right.
You're around a bunch of masculine, you know, alpha men supposedly.
Right.
And then some fuck bitch nigga is. Come on, son. Come on.
And you know what's crazy?
That shit is just infuriating.
Right. And you know what's crazy is that, like, certain people, you know, especially women, they were like, "Oh, but why are you getting mad at D'Angelo Young if D'Angelo Russell, if Nick Young was cheating on his girl, he shouldn't have been cheating on his girl and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, this is what I got to say about that. Like, women, and not even women, but just people in general, you got to get over the fact that motherfuckers cheat, because motherfuckers cheat. You understand? Like, if you don't understand that motherfuckers are cheating, I don't know what to tell you. I really, like, it's like if you believe niggas ain't cheating, you might as well believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes is cheating.
No, you know what? If you believe chicks ain't fucking cheating.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because I bet
everybody cheats, man. Fucking wrong, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come the fuck on with that bullshit.
Like, I mean, you know, if you married, then that's whatever. Like, you know, that's probably a whole different story. But niggas is dating, you know, they young and rich.
Right.
Like, what do you, come on, man, what do you really want?
And I'm just like, and the thing is, yo, how the fuck you record the shit and then it gets out and it's like, my thing is, why was he recording it? That's the part that I don't get. And they still haven't really, I don't know if they even said anything about that or really, like, you know, like, I'm not sure if they asked him yet. They probably did. I remember he was doing some press conference shit, but I couldn't really remember exactly what he was saying. But there's really no excuse. Like, what the fuck was that about? Like,
yo, look, one bitch nigga turn don't deserve another bitch nigga turn.
Right.
But because I can't beat this nigga's ass because we're both public figures and shit.
Right.
I gotta figure out a way to sue this nigga. You crazy?
Right. For real. For real. Nah, for real.
I gotta figure out a way to sue this nigga. Like, that's not cool, son.
Right. And I'm just like,
because I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that to a female. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, say I was cool with a chick. Like, shit, nigga, this happened to me before.
Right.
I'm cool with a chick. I'm cool with her man. And I know she be messing around with other dudes.
Right.
But that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really my place to expose. Or
exactly.
I don't need no proof of that. You understand? Like, that's not anything I need to be taking pictures or recording.
Right.
Period. Right. Because that type of information could only mess up another person's reality. So why? What's the point, my nigga? Like, come on, son.
And you know what's funny too is that sometimes you don't know the arrangement or situation that people got going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let's say, for example, you know, Nick Young and Iggy Azalea was on some, look, do what you do and I'm gonna do what I do and we come together and do what we got to do, right? Now, but see, now that you put it out in the public, now Iggy Azalea is gonna probably have to act like she's upset about it. And you understand what I'm saying? And make it a big deal because of an image issue. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're sort of fucking up, you know, shit that, and I think that's kind of like what happened with remember that whole shit with Ice-T and Coco, and she was fucking with that other dude, I forgot his name, the other nigga, whatever. But I think
who remembers his name? Like, for real, like,
I think that Ice-T and Coco probably had some sort of like arrangement. You feel what I'm saying? And then, you know, since it got all public, now they have to sort of act like, oh, well, blase, blase, blah. They can't just be like, oh, it's fine. Because then if they say, oh, it's fine, then that brings up a whole nother thing they got to address and everything else. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you know, because a lot of these people have shit like that going on. You probably have senators and presidents and shit that got shit popping on the side, but nobody knows about it. But if I'm like chilling and I'm recording, you know, fucking, I don't know, I'm chilling with Bernie Sanders and he's telling me, look, I'm fucking these chicks on the Black Lives Matter shit. You understand? Like, it's like, yo, if I put that shit out, that messes up the whole shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you know what? That nigga fucked up the bro code hard body.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, he fucked it all to shit. Like, this nigga.
Right. I'm just like, God damn. Like, and see, this is how you know certain dudes are just not cut from the same cloth, man, because a dude, see, this nigga D'Angelo Russell, he gotta be a simp nigga. You understand? Like, he got to be one of them dudes because only a simp or a mangina or something would think that was okay or think that was cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, only like, because a real dude understands what it is. Because I think most guys, you know, they have friends that they know is doing some other shit on the side. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know at least one dude who got a girl you know, you be out with him and shit. Y'all be hanging out. You see him, you know, hollering at some other chick, getting numbers, making out, whatever. But you don't go and film it or go back and tell his girl. You don't do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, wow. I'm like, what the fuck? See, people got to understand. A lot of that shit, see, that shit right there is really none of your business. You feel what I'm saying?
Really? Exactly.
It's none of your business. See, it's one thing if something was to happen where it's a life or death type of situation. You understand?
Yeah, like if the nigga's beating her ass every night till she bleed and shit.
Right.
Like, that's some, you know.
Right, exactly.
You might want to record something and give it to the authorities because
Right.
this nigga about to kill this bitch. Like,
Right.
whatever. Or vice versa. It could be the bitch about to kill the nigga.
Right. But other than that, like...
Yo, you remember that time we was in the bar?
Mm-hmm.
We was in the bar, right?
Right.
And I think it was one of the niggas that owned the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And we was all in the bar chilling. Girls were coming in, and he was macking down and making out with mad chicks.
Right,
like
right.
he made out with like 2 or 3 different chicks,
Mm-hmm.
or was feeling up on at least one of them, and then kissed the other one, did some other shit.
Right.
And then like a half hour later, his girl came to the fucking bar, and we was all there.
Right, right.
And all of us, you know, everybody was just like nothing, like
Like chilling.
just chilling because it is what it is. Like he do what he do, but then when his girl comes, it's like you remember when you was little and you used to cuss at school. Then when you
Right.
get home around your mother, like you don't really cuss no more.
Right, right, exactly.
It's the same shit
It's the
because you're not
same
trying to. It's a lie, right? It's a lie, but it's like the information is not necessary to the situation that I need to tell you unless I just want to fuck your day up,
Right,
Or
right.
you know, fuck up your reality or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Because-
not necessary.
Because all that shit is really none of your business. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's none of your business for you to be going out and you know, doing that extra shit. That's the part that dudes don't understand. Like, you fucking up the game for motherfuckers. You understand? Because you gotta understand there's always reasons why shit is going down. Because even let's say your girl Iggy Azalea sort of knew, you understand? But she was like, look, I just don't want you to like let nobody know, or I don't want it to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to get out. I don't want to have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had that arrangement, like, you know, if I don't see nothing, it ain't happen. You feel what I'm saying? So now this dude bringing shit up, and then she's like, fuck. You see what I mean? Like, this nigga fucked everything up.
She's like, fuck, now I got to answer questions about all this shit.
Right, because you gotta understand, Iggy Azalea, she's already stressed out because she's whack. You understand, and everybody knows she's whack. So I mean, now she's whack, and on top of that, she got to deal with, you know, fucking, you know, this whole shit coming out with her man. So it's like, damn, you know, Iggy Azalea is actually the loser in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, D'Angelo Russell wasn't thinking about Iggy in this situation. God damn it! Oh my.
Well,
God.
actually, he probably was thinking about Iggy because he was trying to simp for her to try to
Right.
see if he could get with her.
Exactly.
With his bitch ass.
That's probably what it was.
Damn, man.
See, but this is what happened when dudes start acting like chicks. You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like,
Yep.
ain't no man supposed to be doing this shit he did. And that's crazy. And now what other dude is gonna want to be hanging out with this motherfucker? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, you're all young millionaire athletes. What the fuck you doing fucking one woman? What's wrong with you?
exactly.
You're a millionaire athlete. Your life
Exactly.
should be what?
I don't get it. It's fucking
These
crazy.
niggas are wildin'.
It's terrible. But you know, that's what happens, man, with certain people. But anyway, so next story, and this shit is ridiculous. So supposedly they're trying to pass a law, I guess starting in New Jersey. New Jersey is trying to do this, where you could get a fine or jail time for texting while you're walking. Okay.
Oh shit!
So-
Texting while walking.
So all you folks out there, you know, texting and tweeting and twittering and all that stuff while you're walking, you know, now they're trying to make it a crime, a thing. Like, it's just fucking crazy. It's
Yo,
just
it
so,
sounds ridiculous when you say that shit. I swear.
I know, it's like, because like it just seems, it's just so stupid. Like they be trying to find so many different things to just arrest you for nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's like every little thing is a fucking, it's going to be, I'm telling you, soon it's going to be like, oh, well, you know, you're going to get arrested for fucking, you know, breathing too hard. You're going to get arrested for chewing your food too fast. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, God damn. Like, what like, niggas can't do shit anymore. It's fucking crazy, man. I mean, I hope they don't pass no stupid shit. Like, anytime when it's, like, stupid-ass fucking laws, like, I just hope they don't, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just dumb. Like, and I think even if they do pass it, like, how are you going to really enforce that? You understand? Like, how are you going to know someone's really texting? Because, like, if someone's walking and they look at their phone, they could just be looking at the time. You know, understand? Or touching their fucking iTunes or whatever to listen to some music. You know, like, how the fuck you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, what evidence did you have that I was texting? You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird to me. I'm like, stupidness.
I wonder if people are getting hit by cars while they trying to make it a law.
Probably that's what it is. It's like, you know, I'm like, come on, man. But that's crazy, V. I'm like, fuck it, let them get hit. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you gotta watch what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'd rather that than niggas getting arrested for texting. Because I'm just like, come on, son. Like, you crossing the street, like, because even if you walking down the street, when you see the fucking street coming up, most people stop what the fuck they doing, look both ways, cross, and then once they get to the other side, they start texting again or whatever the fuck they doing. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, unless you got, you know, too many morons fucking around, but hey, it is what it is, right? So now, next story, this shit got me so mad. So a man was charged with assault after he was banging this chick doggy style, and the chick had a fake ass. And he was hitting it so hard that I guess her booty popped and leaked or some shit.
Oh my God.
And so he's being charged because supposedly she told him, hey, stop. You know, she was trying to tell him to stop, and I guess he kept going or some shit like that. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, really? Like, oh my goodness. Like, damn, like shit like this. It's like we was talking about this earlier, Miles, and it was like, yo, like just like how they trying to do this fucking texting arrest, everything is going to be illegal, son. Everything. I'm telling you, they're gonna start building machines that could fucking read your mind. And if you even think about anything, you're getting arrested. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Minority Report. They fucking arrest you before you commit the crime.
For real, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Like imagine you having sex with this chick. She got a fatty. And I mean, look, you went to get the fatty. What do you expect the dude to do when he hitting you doggy style? You feel what I'm saying? He's supposed to be doing it gently. Like, what? I don't get that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. That's crazy to me, man. And imagine, like, what happened where y'all was doing it, then she actually took the time to call the cops or something? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what is that? Like, oh my God. Like, I mean, because it's one thing if, like, let's say if they was having sex and he was hitting it and she was like, all right, chill, stop. And then he's like, fuck you. And then he keeps doing it. Then that's one thing. You feel what I'm saying? But if he's hitting it and she ain't really say nothing and then her booty popped and now she feeling a certain type of way about it. And then she's, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Some of that shit be sounding fishy to me when I hear chicks say certain things like that, where it's like, oh, well, I did this and I did that. And I'm like, did you really? Like, did you really do that? Or are you just embarrassed that your booty popped? You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. You know what it is? It's all these fake bitches getting mad at real niggas.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it. And it's like, it's scary too, because like we were saying, you know, it's crazy that it'll get to a point where you just like smiling at a chick, you know, is going to be an issue. You understand? She's like, oh my God, he smiled at me. And, you know, I felt my life was in danger with his pearly white teeth. It just intimidated me. He used his male privilege to actually have the courage to smile at me. And he felt that since I was a woman, I was supposed to smile back. You know, it's just like, oh, shut the fuck up. Just like,
he said good morning to me.
Exactly. he said, how was your day, miss? And I felt so offended that he would actually think that I need to explain to him how my day was. I'm not here for that, okay? I'm not here to tell you how my day was, all right? Like, oh my God. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Ooh, it kills me. It fucking kills me. It's just like, God damn, it's terrible. Oh man. But anyway, so there was another story, Miles, you was telling me earlier, but we didn't get the exact story, but you can explain it.
A Florida cop was hanging out with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend said something that he didn't like. Nobody knows what she said, or it's not in the report. But she said something to him which made him very upset, and then he headbutted the chick. Now they were like in you know, it's like one of those downtown areas where there's like a street lined with bars, so they were bar hopping.
Right.
And they were like arguing on the street, and then the argument escalated, and he started punching her in her face, and then the officer got arrested. So, and it looked like a white couple too. I mean, I'm sort of a racist, so I don't know if that has anything to do with how anyone will perceive the story, but you know, it was this white girlfriend, and I guess the reason why I like to say this is because everybody loves to act like only black people be doing crazy shit in the street.
Right.
So I just want to put that out there, and we're not the only ones. But anyway, yeah, so that happened. So I mean, it's just an example of how these relationships could get stressful sometimes. And, you know,
right.
as a man, you lose control, because as a man, you're not supposed to lose control, because women are, that's their whole MO, to do shit without any consequences. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to learn how to. That's why a lot of times you might hear us use the term management. As a man, you got to manage a female where she's acting out of pocket. Mm-hmm. You have to know how to handle it. You can't haul off and hit her, because that only puts you in a bad situation. So you have to manage certain things where she kind of knows her place, like how you would teach a child how to behave. Then
right.
You sometimes you got to kind of keep your woman in check, so to speak. Because sometimes they're emotional. They need your support. They need you to be that the rod and die staff,
right.
Basically speaking. Like, you need to be the North Star for them sometimes. Because sometimes when they're emotional, they fall victim to their emotion, and you got to kind of be the calm in the storm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can't fucking hit them like that. You can't do that. But anyway.
Right. No, it's true. It's I always tell people, man, it's, for guys, being in a relationship and fucking with chicks, it's a responsibility, man. You gotta be thinking before shit even happen. You gotta think 10 steps ahead. You gotta be, you know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Especially nowadays when, it's you're dealing with even crazier types of women. You understand? With like all this feminist, independent woman craziness going on. It's just like, ugh, so you gotta really know what's popping here. You feel me? So I got an email. I'm going to do a email from one of the subscribers. And this email is super long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read like near the end. But basically the email was basically talking about, being a black dude. And he wanted to know about like how to, approach the game as a black guy. Cause he was like, oh, it's different for us and this and this and that. So, he was saying like, what are you supposed to do? Because, certain races, they'll approach you differently or respond to you differently. So I'm going to read a portion of the email near the end where he says, please talk about the black community and dating. We have so many more specific issues that really don't apply to other races as much. Sure, a nice guy who is white might struggle with women, but there are plenty of white/Asian women, etc., who would like to get with him. This does not apply to a friendly, nice, and ambitious black man. Many even go overseas to find women, but that shit is lame. Okay, so he said going overseas is lame. Nah, go overseas, nigga. I'm telling you, this shit is tight, son. Don't let nobody.
You may not find a wife, but you'll find a healthier atmosphere when it comes to relationship and sexuality.
Right, pretty much. But what I wanted to say though about like the whole, like being a black person and all that and dating and everything. Like the thing is this, is that you're gonna run into people, you're gonna run into women or whatever. And even some dudes who's gonna act funny around you because you're the black guy in the club or the bar and you're hollering at, chicks. And if you're hollering at some white chick that a white dude might want to holler at and he sees you, he's going to feel intimidated and all that other stuff in certain cases. You understand? So, or you might have some, chicks who are from other races who they have preconceived notions about you being a black dude or whatever, or you're a black guy dealing with a black chick, and you have certain issues there. But this is what I've noticed, me, being black, and I've dated every type of chick from every different race and all that other shit. What I notice is that, you're going to have certain situations where people are going to act funny towards you at first in certain, at certain times because you're black and, they're conditioned to respond that way. You understand? But the thing is that if you sort of like come to the interaction, also feeding into that, then that's when you're going to not really have success, in the game. You understand? Like a lot of times, me being a black dude, you understand, and being confident, you know what I mean? And actually going out there and just doing my thing, it brings a different type of response, because the thing is, when I approach a woman, no matter what race she is and all of this other stuff, she's a woman before she's a white woman. She's a woman before she's a black woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all the different like intricacies of like how this person is and their culture and all this other garbage, a lot of that is like sort of, it's like conditioned in them. But at the same time, no matter what the conditioning is, I'm still a man and she's still a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So once I'm talking to her, once I'm having that conversation, once I know how to get, the conversation going and flowing and all that other stuff, all that other bullshit that she was probably thinking, you understand, it like dissipates in most cases, because it goes back to the fact that she's a woman and I'm a motherfucking man. You feel what I'm saying? So, but if you come to the interaction thinking, oh, I don't know, this girl might not be feeling me because I'm black, then you're going to start, if let's say the girl didn't even have those things in her head, she's going to probably start to think that because you're bringing that to the interaction. And then if she was thinking that already, you're just confirming already her, thoughts about whatever stereotypical thing she had. But if you're starting the conversation and you're just like, yo, what's good? Blah, blah, blah. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You understand? And you're already confident and you're not fazed by none of that shit. All that shit starts to deteriorate once the chick sees that you're actually, comfortable.
A
with
real
yourself.
person?
Exactly, right? That's what it is, because you got to understand a lot of this race shit, racism within itself anyway is bullshit anyway. So the difference is that when you're dealing with something on a race issue, as far as like something, like say you're dealing with the cops or you're trying to get a job or whatever, it's totally different than dealing with a woman, because with a woman, you're getting closer to her than you would get closer to anybody else in those other situations. Do you understand what I'm saying? And on a biological level, her being a woman and you being a man, that within itself is going to trump all that other bullshit that she's been taught or whatever. You understand? But again, it starts with you being comfortable enough to bring that interaction to that point, because you as a man, again, like we were saying earlier, you're managing the whole situation. So if you manage the situation to where you're like, okay, let me see what this chick is about. Let me talk to her, blah, 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 blah. And then you know how to maneuver to make that shit go down. It's going to go down, and you ain't got to worry about, oh, if this chick like me because I'm black or whatever. Because a lot of times, first of all, a lot of women don't know what the hell they want anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Until it's presented to them in certain cases. So a chick could be on some super, oh, I've never dated a black guy and I heard all this bullshit about black dudes. And then you're the dude who comes up to her who's a black guy, and she's having the time of her fucking life. You see what I'm saying? And that's because you came to the interaction like that. You didn't feed into the nonsense of, oh, well, I'm black and she's this and she's that, or, because like even with black guys dating black women, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you always hear the bullshit like, oh, these black chicks and these black chicks got attitudes and all this other stuff. And yeah, that happens. You understand? But there's also black chicks you will meet who be cool as fuck. But again, it's still up to you to be able to put yourself in those situations to find the girls who are like that. And the ones who aren't, you just keep it moving. Same thing with the white chicks or the Asian chicks. The ones who, you know, like certain white chicks you might meet, they be on some racist shit. If they on some bullshit, then you keep it moving. You might meet some Asian chicks. You know, it's funny because I notice a lot of times when I see Asian chicks, they'll either be super, I don't know what it is, I'm generalizing here, but they'll be super nice or scared as fuck. You understand? Like, they be just scared as hell. I don't understand why that happens with certain Asian chicks. But anyway, you understand? But the thing is that if you come to the interaction, being you, doing you, and not being worried about all that extracurricular shit, then shit will flow better. You understand? Because I never really approached it like that. All I see is a chick that I think is attractive, that I might want to fuck, you know, sooner than later. You understand? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Giggity.
You know what I mean? Like, so if she's down, then she's down. If she's not, then she's not. It's really that simple. You have to literally break it down to man, woman. That's it. Or when you start to get into all that race shit and all the racism and all that other stuff, you start to feed into it, and then you start to create that situation when you're dealing with the girl. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's when she might be feeling a certain way or feeling weird around you because you're not even comfortable talking to this girl, because the whole time you're thinking, oh, is she scared of me? Oh, is she going to think this? Oh, is she going to like me or not? You know, it's nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta get away from that shit. You feel what I mean? It's crazy. And especially as a black dude, man, what I got to say to black dudes is, you know, and just black people in general, man, stop trying to how do I say this where it sounds really clear and precise? Stop trying to fucking like impress these other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to live up to them. You understand? Like, I always hear this thing where it's like black guys be hitting me up talking about, oh, could you tell me how to get with a white girl, because it seems like white girls aren't down for us. And I'm like, fuck them white girls. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you see a white chick, you want to get with her, just fucking holler at her and talk to her. Fuck all that. Oh, I hope and I wish and I pray that these white girls would give me a chance. Or I hear that about Asian chicks. Oh, Asian chicks don't like black guys. I wish and I hope and I pray that they would give me a chance. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see an Asian chick, you see a white chick, you see a black chick, you see an Indian chick, whatever the fuck, whoever she is, you go up, you approach, you talk to her, you see how the vibe is. If it's cool, you keep going. If it's not, you keep it moving. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. You feel what I'm saying? Like, God, man, like that shit like annoys me, man. Like when I see black dudes trying to, you know, feel like they got to do some extra shit to make motherfuckers comfortable with them. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh my God. Like, that shit is wild to me, man. Like,
yo, it's a part of the programming, you know?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we're not meant to like see ourselves as people.
Right.
As, you know, like, we're always black people before we're people.
Right,
so,
exactly.
You know.
So
I mean, if you think of the whole Black Lives Matter thing, like,
mm-hmm.
Like I've always hated that shit. Like, you remember the old James Brown song?
Right. Which one? The
Say It Loud, I'm black and I'm proud.
Right.
I'm like, wait a second. It's like being black is so fucked up.
Right.
You have to try to like convince everyone that, you know, being black is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's okay. Like, hey, I just want to let you guys know that I'm proud of being black, and it's okay to be like, I don't gotta say shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is how I came out. Like, what the like? I don't need to explain that shit. This is how I came out. Period.
Right. It's like saying I'm black and I'm proud is the same as saying, like, you know, when a fat chick says BBW, like, I'm a big beautiful woman. Like, why you gotta put the extras on it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, the fuck, like, Jesus Christ, like, that shit just kills me, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, people got to stop feeding into the nonsense, because remember, you're in a world already that's going to constantly, as a black person, a black man especially, constantly get at you. So you have to be smarter than these niggas. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be smarter than them and not feed into the nonsense, because the nonsense is going to fuck you up psychologically and it's going to make you fall in line, which is what they want you to do. You understand? And they want you to be some nigga that just like feels bad about himself and feels like he's nothing and feels like he has to do extra shit to be accepted. Like, fuck all of that. And that's what I'm saying about when you're dealing with chicks. Like, yo, like when I, like on some real shit, when I approach a woman, son, when I approach a fucking woman, my energy or my feeling about that is like, this moment in her life is like the best fucking moment ever in her fucking life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even bullshitting you. I'm not bullshitting you. That's exactly how I feel about it. And then that actually encompasses how I deal with girls. This is why a lot of times I'm at a point now where if I fuck with a chick and she like flakes once, I'm done. Or if I text her or call her and she doesn't hit me back, I'm done. Because I look at it as like, you got to understand who you fucking with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no shit where, you know, like, I don't need you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if I actually talk to you, if I fuck with you, it's a blessing. You understand? It's a come up. Do you understand? Like, like it's a come up mentally. It's a come up emotionally. Do you understand what I'm saying? You could ask any, on some real shit. I'm not even trying to toot my horn, but you could ask a lot of chicks that I've dated, and I've heard this in more than one occasion. I've had chicks tell me, like, and I didn't even like coerce them to say this shit, but they've told me like, yo, the relationship I've had with you or I'm having with you is one of the best relationships I've ever had. And it has to do with the fact that of how I carry myself and what I feel about myself, and they see that and they feel it. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I tell you guys about when you're dealing with chicks and how you value yourself and how you put, you know, you do what you do and you see yourself, because that shit is real and that energy is real and how you carry yourself is real and how you know, attack the world. That's how real it is. So don't let these fucking, you know, media outlets and all these other motherfuckers try to down you and play you and make you feel like, or because they're not even making you feel like it. That's you feeling like that by you seeing the shit and you internalizing it. So don't internalize the bullshit out there as a black man feeling like, oh, well, I'm nothing and I can't do this and I can't do that. And no, fuck that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit in the ass. You feel what I mean? Seriously. But listen, we're going to take like a quick break, right? And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the mistakes that men make while dating. You guys are listening to the Bad Boy Radio Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION Photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. Yeah, guys, you're tuning back into the Bad Boy Show.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yo, Miles, I was thinking, you know, in the break, I was like, yo, they're gonna probably, if they actually listen to this episode, someone's gonna flag this on YouTube. It's gonna be taken down. So, guys, make sure you go to iLookSexyNaked.com to hear all of the Bad Boy Radio Show episodes. So if anything gets taken down, you understand, that's where you can go to listen to all the shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Always, yeah.
Because you know, when we talk that extra shit, it's just like niggas get nervous. You feel what I'm saying? Like they be getting nervous out there when dudes be spitting real shit. You feel what I mean? Because they don't want you to know that. You feel me?
Right.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, so today's show we're gonna be talking about, you know, mistakes men make while dating women. So this is like, you know, when you approach girls, you talk to girls, you're going on dates, you're chilling with them, you're hanging out, all that other stuff. So everything that, you know, it encompasses. You feel what I'm saying? So I got 8 things here that we're going to talk about. and we're going to go through each of these. Then we're going to, give a little synopsis on why you shouldn't do it and what you should be doing. You feel me? So the first thing that I have on this list, the first mistake is giving a woman too much attention when you first meet her, okay? Or when you first dating her, right? When you giving a woman too much attention, you should not give a chick too much attention when you first meet the chick. Because what a lot of guys do is they meet a girl, they get her number, and they're like, yeah, they'll text her, and they'll be like, yeah, let's get together this weekend. So they get together with the girl, let's say on that Friday. And then what happens is they're texting her like on Saturday, they're texting her again on Sunday, texting her again on Tuesday, talking about, hey, how's your day going? Was just thinking about you. Hey, I passed by that place we did the other day, and I was thinking, like, no, like, you're giving her way too much attention, or you're trying to, like, call her and text her and do all this other stuff, like, way too much after the date. You're hitting her up on Facebook, like, you gotta give the chick some space. You feel what I'm saying? Because and it's like, I know dudes that done this, like, personally, like, I've seen dudes really just go in, and I'm just like, you can't do that, because that's what's going to make the chick, run away. She's going to be like, yo, this guy is too much right now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to give her space to think about you. Because this is the thing. You got chicks, the way that they start to, form feelings for you or really want to keep seeing you and make stuff happen. And I actually talk about this in my new video program on the Bad Boy membership called How to Keep Women Interested. So make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to get that. So I'm basically saying that you got to give a chick some space, because the space you give her gives her time to sort of think about you, to sort of miss you, to sort of be like, oh, what is he up to? But if you're texting her, calling her all the time, you don't give her the opportunity to do that. And it makes you look like you ain't got shit going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. That's an important thing. That's a very important thing.
So you got to make sure that, that you're giving the chick some space. You feel what I'm saying? So that's number one. Don't give a woman too much attention, when you are first dating her, right? Now, number two is stop asking women shit and start instructing her. So basically, and I talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. So, for example, a easy example is, don't ask a woman for her number. Just tell her to give you the number. So don't be like, hey, miss, would it be okay if I got your number? Like, don't ask. Just be like, yo, listen, here's my phone. Put your number in it. You understand what I'm saying? It's two totally different vibes when you do that. You feel what I'm saying?
And I just want to put a disclaimer in. Right. That this is one of those things where men, everybody in society has been heavily lied to. So you're going to get, initially a lot of times you're gonna get an adverse reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Power through that.
Right.
Power through it. Now, don't be disrespectful and don't order a girl around, because if you have to order a girl around, you shouldn't really be with her anyway, because that means she's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're saying is, learn how to carry yourself to let her know that you are someone that she should take seriously, someone that she needs to listen to, and can trust you to be led by you.
Right.
Can trust you to give her game, to upgrade her perspective and her way of thinking, and just a lot of different things, within the way that she sees life and things like that. So, as an example, like you said, instead of saying, hey, if it's not too much trouble, can I get your number? No. Be like, look, where's your phone? I'd like to put my number in it. Can I have your phone?
Right.
Or here is my phone. I would like to have your number. Put your number in it.
Right.
Like, not disrespectful, but assertive, and you're basically telling her what you need to happen. You understand?
Right.
Because in that way, you can definitely weed out the chicks that are going to cooperate and the chicks that are not going to cooperate. Because the chicks that don't want to listen to you, that means they're not totally feeling you.
Right.
So that
exactly.
means there's a separate agenda in why she's hanging out with you or why she's in your presence. You understand? But if you're spending time with a chick and you tell her to do something and she does it and she doesn't give you, I mean, of course, within reason, but basically she does what you ask her to do. and she's very polite, that means she's into you. That means she values what you have to say as a man, and that is so like 102,000%. It doesn't make sense, but it's very, 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 very important that you establish that, because it you're able to avoid a lot of other, areas of drama within the relationship as you grow with the person.
Mm-hmm. Real talk. And just like, and also, it just shows that you have some sort of like leadership skills. It shows that you are a masculine dude. You understand? Like it shows that strength. Cause like, even for example, like, let's say you are gonna, you're gonna go on a date with a chick, right? So instead of like, you don't want to ask her like, hey, where do you want to go and what do you want to do? No, just hit her up and be like, listen, there's this spot, downtown. I'm going to take you. It's a real cool place. I'll come pick you up at 8:00. You understand? Like, you're just telling her what's going to happen. You're not asking her what would she want to do or what she likes to do, because a lot of times even women don't even like when you ask them, because then it puts them on the spot and they feel like, oh, I don't want to have to like, make all the decisions. You understand? They want the guy to do it. They want you to do the shit. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's what's going to differentiate you from a lot of other guys, because that just little shit like that shows her that you're the type of dude who knows what he's doing and knows what he wants and knows what he's about, which is attractive to them. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So just switching that up a little bit, instead of just asking, let her know like this is what the agenda is. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And sometimes what's going to happen is, because I remember a dude, he hit me up. He was like, oh, what if you, say, hey, I want to do this. And then she's like, let's I don't want to do that. Right. And she's like, oh, I don't want to do that. Now, first of all, when a chick says some shit like that, it's usually a red flag. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Because when you're first getting to know a chick or y'all first messing around, if a chick likes you, it doesn't matter what you're technically saying to do, unless, you're not telling her to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge or anything. You understand? Like, it doesn't really matter. You might say, hey, let's go get coffee here. Let's go get a drink. Let's go do this or whatever. And, if a chick is like on some nonsense, she's going to oppose it, because that she's trying to basically be combative at that point. And then you're sort of seeing you're dealing with a chick who's on that nonsense, a chick who's really feeling you, who's really into you. You say, hey, we're going to do this. She's like, cool, let's do it. Fine. When am I going to meet you? Like they're ready to make it happen. They don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why you need to power through it.
Right.
If you get any adverse, trust me, a lot of guys is going to be in a situation where they're dealing with a chick that's really pretty and you really want to fuck her, and like they really got their heart set on banging this bitch or whatever. Right. And they'll say something like, okay, the movie starts at 7:30, so be ready by 6 and I'll come pick you up, blah, blah, blah. Right. And she's going to be on some, well, damn, like, don't I even get a say in which movie we see and blah, blah, blah. No, bitch. We could see that movie another time.
Exactly.
But today, we're going to see this movie at 7:30. Be ready by 6. I'm coming to pick you up. And if you still have a problem, if you still have an issue, you hang up the phone and call the next chick.
Right.
Feel me?
Exactly.
You got to power through it. Like, you really have to power through it, because chicks that are not cooperating, it only leads to drama and trouble. Because once you stick your dick in them, then they start to, feel a certain way, and maybe you rape them, or maybe this, or maybe that.
Right.
You can't have that. You need to have a chick that's down for you and feeling you. You know what I'm saying? Pretty
much. And this is why you got to have an abundance of chicks, because you don't want to become that dude who's like, oh, she's the only chick I'm messing with, so all right, fine, let's do this. And then you're already fucking the whole shit up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're setting yourself up for nonsense. You feel what I mean? So that's why, you got to make sure you got a lot of chicks in the arsenal. You feel what I mean? So number 3 is the mistake that men make is being afraid to get sexual with a chick. You understand? So, and this you got to sort of understand, how to really do this correctly, right? And what I mean is that when you're first talking to a girl, either, you meet a chick at a bar, y'all are, talking, shooting the shit or whatever. Or if you're on a date with the chick or whatever, you at some point, sooner than later, have to, flirt with her and also get touchy-feely with her. You understand? And when I say touchy-feely, you got to sort of touch, stick to the hands, the waist, her back and maybe like her shoulders or something. Don't touch her ass or her titties and all that other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So while you're talking to her and you're flirting with her, you know, just like pull her closer to you, hold her hands or whatever while you're talking to her. But again, you have to sort of also look at her body language because you want to see how she's reacting to that. So if you touch her hands and then she's moving her hand away, then that's a sign that she doesn't really want to, you know, do that at that point. You don't want to start grabbing her hand and be like, hey, bitch, come here. You know, you understand what I'm saying? So you don't want to get yourself in that situation. But it's important for you to, you know, because you got to say that because certain dudes would be on that shit like, yo, you know what I mean? And then so you got to make sure you're watching her body language. Make sure you see how she's reacting to you, because if she's reacting positively, right, then you move it up a notch, because then you're getting the green light. So then, you know, you're going for the kiss and all this other stuff. But you got to make sure you watch the body language, because one, you want to make sure that, you know, everything is on the up and up, because you don't, trust me, especially nowadays, you understand, with all this bullshit happening. You understand? We just had a story about some nigga getting arrested for hitting the chick doggy style. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that while you're, and this is what we say about cooperation, this is why it's so important, because the girl should be like so into it that it's naturally occurring as you're escalating it. You understand? So what I mean is like, let's say you're talking to a girl, let's say you're flirting, you're just saying things. You're not even touching her at this point, but you're saying flirty shit and she's like feeling it. She's laughing, she's blushing, all this other stuff. And then you sort of like get close to her. You put your arm around her. She starts moving in closer to you. You touch her hand. She's leaving her hand there. She's rubbing your hand while y'all are talking. And then you understand. So you see like, okay, she's actually liking this. She's going along with it. She's moving with the flow. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's when you make it happen. But a lot of times guys, they're afraid to get sexual with the girl or get, touchy-feely or flirty, because they're scared of getting that rejection. They're scared of like trying to kiss a girl and she moves her face, or they're scared of like trying to touch her and she moves her hand away, or they're scared to say something because they're scared she might not be receptive. And it's okay that if she's not receptive, because all that's doing is giving you information. All that's telling you is, okay, well, this girl might not be receptive to me, so I gotta, tone it down a little bit, and then I probably could talk more to see if she warms up. And usually I don't even like doing that. I like when they're receptive off jump, but you can, do that if you want. But if she's not receptive anyway, in general, you say, cool, well, this is a chick I'm just not going to call. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're done. Thank you for playing the game. You feel what I'm saying? Then that's it. You feel what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's good. Thank you for playing the game. That's all.
I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's it. You feel what I mean? But it's important for you to do that, because the thing is, if you do not be sexual with the girl, right, you're not going to know how into you she is, right? And what could potentially happen is you could end up going on more dates with this girl, and she'll just be using you for your time and your money and your energy. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta understand that. You feel what I mean? So
very, very important.
Yeah, make sure you're making it happen, right? Oh, okay. So now number 4 is the mistake that men make is thinking a woman is out of your league. Okay, because I hear this shit so much where men are like, "Oh, she's out of my league," and when you say shit like that, when you say a woman is out of your league, that's the most simpish bullshit you could ever utter out of your mouth. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because now you've created a situation to where you have put women above you. You have made it seem as if like you're not good enough to be with her. You understand? Like, she's just way too awesome for you to ever be with. There's a limit on how awesome you are, and she's way above the limit of awesomeness that you're at. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking retarded. And the thing is, you got to think about this, right? Because there was this dude on YouTube, on Facebook the other day. He wrote some status talking about, he said, if I was a woman, if I was a woman, he said, I would get with rich guys. And then he was like, he said, if I was a woman, I would get with rich guys. And then he says, rich guys are the equivalent of a woman who's a 9 or a 10, right? And I said, get the entire fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the entire fuck out of here. You understand? Because think about it. You're equating a woman's physical attractiveness to some nigga who's rich who probably took 10, maybe 15, 20 years to acquire that money. Get the entire fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talking about out of your league, do you understand? Like, there is no league to be out of. You understand what league is she in? You understand? Because the thing is, as a man, you have to understand that, like we were saying earlier, you approaching her, you talking to her is a come up for her. Do you understand? What I'm saying? So how the fuck is she out of your league? You understand? A chick should be looking at you and say, damn, I want to get in this nigga's league. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it should be. That's what it should be. Because remember, when you're dealing with a chick and you're a man about what you're about, right? You are providing this woman with game, with protection. You're providing her with, you know, all this other shit. You understand? Security, whatever it is, quote unquote security, because there's no such thing as security. But anyway, you know, you're providing her with all of this stuff, right? What is she providing you to where she's out of your league? What is she doing? Because she's
pussy?
hot. Exactly, pussy, right? It's because she's hot. You know how many chicks are hot?
By the way, like, we got programs that teach guys how to get chicks, but let's be clear, pussy is not the most important thing out there. Like, let's be clear, like,
exactly.
Because I could hear some of the fucking idiot like feminist chicks. I'm like, oh, you guys are just like trying to teach guys how to seduce women, and it, you know, just trying to get guys to get laid and blah blah blah. No. The game is way deeper than that, shorty. Right, exactly. For real.
Exactly. And I'm like, yo, when I hear a dude say a chick is out of his league, I'm like, I really had to think about this. Like, I remember I was just thinking, I'm like, what is a chick doing though? What is she doing? Like, seriously, think about it. What is a chick doing besides looking attractive to you? What is she doing? You understand?
I don't know, bro.
And then on top of that, what is like, how many women are out there? So you have so many women who look attractive, right? So if you approach her and she's not feeling you, then you approach the next attractive girl. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to get some that's going to be feeling you, some going to feel you, some is not. So what league can't you, it's ridiculous. And then on top of that, when we talk about the game, usually, you know, the guy is the one who has to do most of the upfront work anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
But and the work in the bedroom.
In the bedroom, right? You feel what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, when you fucking the most the chick does, like, maybe if she's on top, you understand, and
or if she's giving head.
If she's giving head, right? Now you hitting it from the back, you doing missionary, you doing it from the side. You understand? If you eating pussy, like, you doing a lot more than she's doing. So why, like I just, man, if one of you guys just get it, then you know, our job is done. Seriously, because
it's just one. It's one.
Like, Jesus, man, because this shit sickens me when I hear, oh, she's out of my league. Get the fuck out of here with that. But anyway, so that was number 4. Thinking a woman is out of your league is a mistake. Okay. Number 5, the 5th mistake is asking a woman to be your girlfriend. Okay? Asking a woman to be your girlfriend is a goddamn mistake. And the guys are probably like, what? And I've talked about this actually a couple times in certain videos, is that a chick needs to choose you. Do you understand? So if she wants you to be her man, it will be known. Do you understand? You asking a woman to be your girlfriend is a waste of time. And I know this from personal experience. I used to do this shit back in the day. Like, I remember there's this one girl, I was really feeling her. And mind you, we went out a couple times. You know, I was probably like maybe like 23, 24 at the time. We went out a couple times. I hit it maybe like 3 or 4 times and everything. But I was really feeling this chick, right? But we was only seeing each other for maybe like a month. You understand? Next thing you know, I'm at her house and shit. And she was going away for the weekend or whatever to visit her parents and some shit. And I'm just like, yo, I'm like, I really like you. And I want you to be my girl and blah, blah, blah. So, right. So she's like, okay, you know, and she said it sort of like, you know, you know, like when somebody says something to you and you don't say no because it might be awkward to say no in a situation, but you really want to say no. It was like that type of shit where she sort of just said yes because I was there, and it was kind of like, you know what I mean? So, but I didn't realize it at the time until I thought about it after. So next thing you know, she goes away for the weekend. She comes back, and mind you, I'm texting her, I'm calling her, leaving her messages and shit, you know, doing another mistake. Like I said, don't be calling them all the time or whatever, right? So I'm telling this, I'm doing two mistakes here. I'm telling her, hey, be my girl. And I'm fucking calling this chick all day and leaving messages. Next thing you know, when she comes back, she didn't even call me. She sent me a fucking email. She's
shit.
Exactly. So she sends me an email talking about, hey, you know.
You see, I just want to point out that, Mr. Lucario has went through it too, guys.
Exactly. This is like what Jay-Z said. He was like, you know, like I tell you, sell drugs. No, Hov did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that. This is the same shit.
Exactly.
I did the bullshit, man. I'm telling you. So, you know, so she sent me the email talking about, oh, you know, I don't think I'm ready for all this right now and blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there, you know, mad as shit, upset, you know, but it is what it is. But it taught me a lesson because, and mind you, this was the second time that happened. You feel what I'm saying? So like not with her, but it happened the same sort of way with another chick. You feel what I mean? I was like, yo, let's get together. So the thing is, but anytime that I've had a girlfriend who actually wanted to be my girlfriend and stay my girlfriend, she's the one who brought it up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta just chill. All you gotta do is hang out with these girls, you know, hook up, have some sex, chill, have fun. And the thing is, she's gonna start to like you to the point where she's gonna either be like, so, where's this going? And where do you see this going? Once she starts to go in that direction, that means she wants to, you know, be a girl. Then you can start sort of having that conversation. You feel what I'm saying? But before she starts saying that shit, just chill the fuck out.
You don't need to do all that. Yeah,
just chill the fuck out. You feel what I'm saying? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Trust me. Okay. So, man. So that was number 5. Don't ask a woman to be your girlfriend. Okay.
Yo,
I know it's terrible.
You got sent the email?
Exactly, email, son. I was like, God damn. And you know, it's funny because I called her and left a message the day before she was supposed to like be coming back, and I was like, yo, what's up? You know, I can't wait to see you. And
my God,
I know. Oh man, terrible. Like, this shit is I'm telling you guys, niggas, we've been through it, son. I'm just telling you. But anyway, so yeah, so it was just bad. It was just bad. But anyway, so that was number 5, asking a woman to be your girlfriend. So number 6, the sixth mistake is texting or talking on the phone with a girl about nothing.
Or while walking.
Exactly, or while walking, because you'll get arrested. Exactly.
New Jersey.
Exactly. But number 6 is texting or talking on the phone with a girl about nothing. So this is sort of like what we talked about earlier, where I was saying, you know, guys giving women too much attention. First of all, the thing is, when you're texting a girl or you're talking on the phone with a girl, all you really need to do, and I was making this same mistake, you know, when I was messing with the other girl, is all you need to do is text her or call her about meeting up. That's it. Like everything else, don't have long drawn out conversations and all that bullshit. You couldn't have long drawn out conversations about nothing once she becomes your girl or your wife. You understand? That's what happens. That's the you know, it's going to happen. Just be prepared. If the girl becomes your girlfriend or your wife, she's going to want to call you and talk, and it's going to be silent pauses for some like, hey, so are you still awake? How are you? Are you all that bullshit?
What are you thinking about?
What are you thinking about? Yeah, save that for when she's your girl. You understand?
Yo.
That's girlfriend privileges to annoy the fuck out of you on the phone. Do you understand what I'm saying? But when you first are dealing with a chick, just text her or call her to set some shit up. So for example, you meet the chick, y'all go on a date. The date was done. You know, you went out on Friday. You understand? You know, you wait a couple days, maybe like a week or something, hit her back on Thursday night and be like, yo, what you doing this weekend? Oh, no, you're free? Cool. Listen, let's get together on Friday. meet me here. End of conversation. That's it. You understand?
That's it.
Don't text her, call her during the week, asking her how her day was, what she ate for lunch, all that other bullshit. And if she texts you or she calls you, because sometimes that'll happen, if she asks you something, you can respond, but always follow it up by just planning the other date. So she might text you and she might be like, oh, hey, how's your day going? And you'd be like, oh, it's cool. Everything's cool. And then she'd be like, oh, so, what'd you eat for lunch or some bullshit? And you'd be like, oh, yeah, I just had some pizza. Oh, by the way, so are you free Friday? She's like, yeah. And you'd be like, all right, cool. Let's meet at 6:00 at such and such. She'd be like, all right, cool. Sounds good. And you'd be like, all right, well, I got to go. I got to handle some business. I'm out. Peace. That's it. That's it. You just get the fuck off the phone. You feel what I'm saying? So the mistake is a lot of guys, they text or they call and they just yap about nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And that shit is going to just fuck everything up. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you don't do that. All right. So number 7. Oh, you definitely can't do this. Number 7 is do not talk about your insecurities with women. Okay. Just don't do it. Talk to your boys. Talk to your dad if you have a dad around. You know what I'm saying? Talk to your mom if you need to. Just don't talk to the chick you're trying to get with. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't call her up or don't hang out with her and say, I don't know, just sometimes I just don't feel like I'm good enough for anybody. You understand? Because then she's going to be looking at you like, what? She's going to be like, why am I fucking hanging out with you for then? That's what she's going to be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I hanging out with this loser? You feel what I mean? Like,
she's going to send you that email.
Exactly. She's going to send you the email. Like, hey, I don't think this is working out. Like, you got to understand, chicks love being with dudes who are winners, man. They love fucking being with dudes who are winners, dudes who are confident, dudes who are
Real
sure
shit.
of themselves. You understand what I'm saying? They want to be around that. So when you spilling your guts, crying on her shoulder, talking about this and like, save all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like if you're with your girl or your wife, you can sort of say some of those things sparingly, but you still got to keep it to a limit. You understand what I'm saying? You got to keep it to a limit. Because trust me, like, you got to understand, women, it's always funny to me where women say that they feel objectified by men. But truth is, women objectify men like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Because as a man, to them, you're not allowed to have feelings.
Nope.
You understand? They'll say, oh, no, it's okay. Let me know how you feel. It's all right. Open up. And then you do that shit. And then next thing you know, she's fucking some other nigga. And then they be like, why are you fucking that other? Oh, well, Mr. Locario started acting like a bitch, crying all the time. So I had to fuck his boyfriend. I mean, or his guy friend or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Because what it is, like, chicks subconsciously, a lot of them are not even aware. That's why I made the point to say you got to power through being assertive and instructing women. Because based on the programming and the feminism and the bullshit, all of them will be like, oh, well, I'm a woman and I'm not going to let any man tell me what to do. When it doesn't matter what they're saying out of their mouth, their body, their soul, their spirit, their fucking X chromosomes need to be led by a trustworthy male. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's something that they crave subconsciously that they don't even know it. They need it. You understand?
Right.
That's why it's so easy to fuck girls who don't have fathers, who got daddy issues, because they're looking to please a male. They need to be led and instructed by a male. So you gotta. Where did I start with this point? I forgot.
Gotta rewind the tape.
It's just so important. No, but it's just so important. Like, don't let them tell you nothing. You understand?
Right. It's true.
Because I remember. All right, there's a story. It was on the web. It was like one of those like game shows or psychological things where they kind of like, not a game show, but like a documentary thing.
Right. And
the girl and the guy had they went to a party and they parked their car in a neighborhood that they didn't really like. So, it's one of those shady neighborhoods or whatever with a lot of black people or whatever.
Right.
So both of them were funny about the car and shit. So they went back to the place where they parked the car and the car wasn't there. And the girl started losing her mind.
Right.
And she was yelling and screaming because, I don't know, she probably had payments on the car, or the car belonged to her dad, or some stupidness. But boy, it didn't matter. She was losing her mind, screaming, yelling, crying. Where's the car? Where's the car? Where's the car? And she described that the dude stayed calm and just kind of put his arms around her and said, don't worry, we'll find the car. Everything will be okay. Right? Simple shit. But the fact that he was, like, her number one thing that she was thankful for, and the reason why she said she's still with her boyfriend, or she's getting married to him, or why they're still together today, is that whenever there's a situation of crisis, he's always calm, cool, and collected, and letting her know that everything is going to be okay. So once you, this is the point I was trying to make. So once you start getting into your insecurities and stuff, it's hard for a female to trust you.
Right, exactly.
You understand? She wants to feel like, you know, she's with her, because all we really are to women are resources. We're resources. We're resources of finance, resources of security. We are resources of survival, basically. Right. Back in the day when we were still cavemen, we were resources of protection against the wilderness and, you know, animals and all that type of shit. And now today, we're resources of, like, financial security, you know, shelter, clothing, things like that. We're basic utilities to them in a lot of cases. So once it's like if you go to a car, you're trying to buy a car. If the guy at the car dealership is telling you, oh, you should buy this car, but then he starts saying, but it has a leak here, and the window on the left side doesn't work, and the brakes is bad, but it's a great car, you should buy it. Like, you're not going to want to buy the fucking car. You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So as a man, you know, not to say that you have to lie, but, you know, you don't need to really disclose all of that. Just work on them and be strong. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Talk about it with other people who you know for a fact is going to help you with your problem. Like, talk about it with your pastor, your boys, a father figure, uncle, you know, whatever. Like, figure it out, you know. And maybe if you become closer, like after you get married, maybe if you want to disclose certain things, you know, to your wife or whatever, that's a different story. But when you're just dating, like, you know, like what these eight rules are about, when you're just dating, it doesn't make any sense at that point. You understand?
Exactly.
It really doesn't make any sense at that point.
Real talk. And so now the last one, and this sort of goes with the one we were just talking about, but the last mistake men make while dating women is getting overtly emotional as a result of her actions. Okay.
Right.
So
like the dude that headbutt the chick in the street.
Right.
And punched in her face.
Right. Exactly. Like you can't get emotional over, you know, things that chicks are doing, because the thing is, like we were saying, like you have to be, you know, in tune with yourself and in tune with your emotions. And the thing is that if you get, like, you know, really emotional over what she does, it's showing her that, you know, you're not really strong. You're not really, you know, masculine. You're not really, like, you know, in control of yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And especially if what she does makes you, you know, react that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes chicks, they'll test you, they'll do a little slick shit or whatever, and they're looking at how you respond or react to it. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes guys, they might, you know, and it could be something, you know, like small, like you could be on a date with a chick and then, you know, you're chilling with her, you're talking with her or whatever, and let's say you try to kiss her and then she's like, oh no, I don't kiss on the first date, right? Now, if you start looking all sad and shit because she said that, you understand what I'm saying? If you start looking like all upset about that, she's going to notice that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that right there is going to show her like, oh, this guy, you know what I'm saying? Like he's on that bullshit. You feel what I mean? Like he's so caught up already. You feel what I mean? Like that, and that type of shit, you can't, you know, let that happen. You feel what I mean? Like you have to be totally non-reactive to her shit. You feel what I'm saying? You can't let what she's doing, you know, knock you off your game. You feel what I mean? So, you know, you got to make sure that, you know, you keep your shit tight. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's pretty much it. You got anything else to say about that, Miles, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, nah. You really gotta be strong, and you gotta and like we were saying before, like being, dating, being in a relationship is also a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, if you have a party and especially like a party with friends, like close friends, you kind of like, let's just say people at your party are drinking a lot, and somebody's like pissy drunk and they trying to drive home, like.
Mm-hmm.
If they're in a lot of states, if you let your friend drive home and they crash and die, like you can get charged with not murder, but like some type of degree of manslaughter,
right?
And go to jail for a few years for that type of shit. So the point I'm trying to make is that when you're spending time with people, dating and in relationships or whatever, there's a certain responsibility that comes with wanting to make these connections with people. You want, whether you want to have sex with them, you want to have companionship, you want to, go out, have fun. There's a certain kind of responsibility that comes with that. So you have to have some type of, strength about you, and it don't have to be necessarily masculine or whatever, but you have to deal with that responsibility as a person that wants to, socialize and, have companionship and interact with other people. So. And, with all of those things come certain responsibilities that need to be taken seriously. So you can't, don't take yourself too seriously because you want to have fun. But what I'm saying is you can't, be careless with yourself and with the people around you that you associate with. You see what I'm saying? You have to take care and consider those things important. So, that's what I wanted to add.
Real talk, man. So, that is it, people. We are done for today. Make sure you listen to the other episodes of The Bad Boy Show on iLookSexyNaked.com. Go straight there and click on the sidebar, and you can listen to all the Bad Boy Radio Show episodes. And we'll see you guys next time. We are out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We're gone.
Peace.
Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.